Remember, remember, the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. For those of you who have seen the movie, you know that that's the opening line. For those of you who have read the poem, you know it's the opening line. Today is Guy Fawkes Day. It is November the 5th. And for anyone who hasn't seen the movie, it is reminding us that the people shouldn't fear their government, but that the government should fear the people. Unfortunately, in this current day and age, that's not the case. We the people, if our votes actually changed anything, would not be allowed to do so. Let's face it. That is the reality of the political climate that we exist in, especially in these United States. Or, as my children say, in America. Because greed, ignorance, and laziness reign supreme. Now, normally I talk about my writing. And trust me, all of the movies that I have ever watched, all of the books that I have ever read, influence my writing. And if you, as a fellow writer, don't believe that, you're fooling yourself. There are no original ideas left. All we can do is tell the stories that we have. The ones that come into our head, the ones that haunt us day and night until we are able to take the voices that exist in our head and make them pay rent. But politics, especially for anyone who has written any sort of story, knows that politics play a role, one way or another. Any dystopian society story, politics plays a role. Any medieval fantasy, there's always politics. Any genre, sci-fi, anything, politics plays a role. And I've been fortunate enough in my reading and my writing and my movie watching and my audiobooks to get a lot of influence and a lot of encouragement and a lot of really strong ideas from the politics in the different books and movies and audiobooks that I read, that I watch, that I listen to. Now, any good movie out there is good writing too. It took somebody with imagination to write the screenplay, which is why I was such a big proponent of the Screenwriters Guild strike that was going on for a couple of months not too long ago. Now, granted, I wasn't voicing my opinion because, let's face it, I have almost no followers and I'm really a nobody in the social media world. But I have my opinion, just like everybody else, and a lot of times it comes out in my books. Most of the time it comes out in my books. On occasion, it does come out here in social media. But most of the time, that is significantly more subtle. But then again, on days like today, and probably again on Tuesday, my political views are slightly more noticeable. So I finished writing the 5th draft on Monday or Tuesday last week. I actually ended up taking the better part of a week off. I did a little bit of reading, my later books, drafts, my later drafts, and I have every intention of clearing off another wall so that I can put up my numerous reminders so that I can start to get things straight, because on Tuesday I meet with my class advisor to start picking my classes to go back to college after 24 years, to get my BSN so that I can pay to continue to write, among other things. You know, my day job is what partially supports my habit and my ability to self-publish, because there's really, in my particular writing, limited funds. People tend to wait until my books are available for free, or significantly discounted, to purchase them. And I do mean purchase, because if you're paying nothing for it, then it's not really a purchase now, is it? But, you know, that's not really why I got into it. I got into it to have my story told. And I've been doing that. But depending on my class load, I will most likely have to put my writing on the back burner. So this may possibly be my last published book for a couple of years. I don't know. We'll have to see how things go. But I will continue to keep my followers informed, as I try to do every week. But best laid plans, mice and men and all. And the goal tomorrow is to crack on with, hopefully, what is to be the final draft of Way of the Fist Royal Emissary. And I have every intention of sitting down, undistracted, and getting to it. So I am going to call it a night on this particular episode. I know it's relatively shorter than most of my others, but I mean, really, who wants to listen to me yammer over the same thing every single week? So I will end this episode the way that I usually end my my other episodes of Writer Ramblings on my podcast. I will remind you that words offer the means to meaning, and for those who will listen, the enunciation of truth. Thank you so much. Have a great and safe week.